All right, today on the build stand or build cam, we are going to be taking a look at the Ohana RDA. I got this from Ranger Vapes. This is the Ohana RDA by Heavy Metal Vapor and Johnny Drips. Here's the box that comes in here. Color indicated here. I went with the black. You see, yep, Ohana. Got some social media information. EI Vape Tech. And I believe this is like a sister company to Og Vape. Shows what it comes with there. And then I ordered it along with the Half Moon Mods heavy tip. It's an 810 tip. So let's take a look inside the box here. So you get your polycarbonate tank, or not tank, but cap. Nice and thick. It's Ohana. And I go and drop it right off the bat. Was just checking to see if there was adjustable airflow, but it is not, and it doesn't have any locking on there either. Sorry for my fingers. So we get a bag with some coils, extra O-rings, and the Squonk 510, the gold-plated Squonk 510, and some spare grub screws. You get your coil tool for cutting your coils at the suggested lengths. Your Allen key for your post screws. Allen key for the Squonk pin. And the RDA here. So I haven't touched it yet. You can already see there is a fingerprint. Don't know why people aren't wearing gloves when they pop these in the containers, but you can see someone left a fingerprint. And a fingerprint on the bottom too. Very glossy finish. We're seeing some of my own fingerprints there now. So you got your 810 tip. This is one it comes with. And no other tip, just this one and then the clear polycarbonate tank. I'll take some measurements here real quick. So your drip tip is just shy of 16 millimeters wide. Bore is just shy of 9 millimeters. And it's straight through. And just a standard 810 type. And your stripper is 24 millimeters wide, and without the drip tip we are 23 millimeters tall. And your cap does not have a lock, but that's how you adjust your airflow. But the inner barrel, I believe this one locks. But let's take a look the inside of the cap there. Nice finish throughout, very even, clean. I like that. So yeah, your inner barrel portion does lock to the deck. Just has little dimples. Let's see what we got in there. So a little bit of residue left over. Very much a fingerprint magnet. Some are mine, some were there already. Again, sorry, I have not the nicest looking hands right now. And let me dry this off a little bit. Sorry. I was kind of anxious to get this started and rolling and done. So I wasn't completely prepared. So we have our deck here. See how your airflow comes in and then through the bottom. Kind of offset honeycomb design. It's very clear machine paths in there, but doesn't look too bad. Didn't get any, haven't got any like a machine oil smell or anything like that from it. And it is a dual coil. And for simplicity's sake, we're going to use the coils it came with. I believe on the package it said they were nichrome. No, it just says pre-made coils. So I am not sure the materials that the coil was made in. Should have been stated. But we'll be using them. Looks like they are a couple of fused Claptons. And I'm also going to take care of putting the squonk pin in. And before I get way too far ahead of myself, I am going to get all these in the ultrasonic cleaner too. And while it does that, actually I can do that ahead of time. We'll just snip these leads per the included tool. Try to get some things ready in advance once we get it out of the ultrasonic cleaner. And the included coil tool should cut your leads to, let's see, leads should come out to just shy of 7 millimeters. Okay, set those off the side. Get things through the ultrasonic cleaner. Once I get the 510 pin in, or remove the solid one that comes pre-installed. And I might as well go the extra mile. Check out everything all apart. No sense in putting it through the cleaner unless I'm going to take it all to bits. Very nice. Our insulator out here. And then this insulator, see if I can get that poked out there. Looks like they are serialized, 363, double O-ring, and we'll get this cleaned and the squonking 510 pin installed. Looks like they are gold-plated screws, so either 510 pin you decide to go with, and then we'll come back. All right, just getting everything out of the ultrasonic cleaner and drying it off with some Japanese organic cotton. See, it's a really nice black. Very fingerprint friendly. Very much a fingerprint magnet. But very nice looking too. I'll let some of those air dry. Insulator, airflow chamber. You can see the squonk holes to the side too. Oops, sorry, bumping the camera. Just gonna clean that up a little bit. A little bit of nasties on that insulator. And again, I'm gonna have to apologize for the condition of my fingers. Okay, got that in like so. Get our squonk pin installed using the included 510. Oh, before we do that, we have an insulator for the 510 pin that I need to fetch from the ultrasonic cleaner here. Okay. Now we're ready to put in that squonk pin. Threading's real nice. And loosen up threading again, real nice. But I don't know if you guys are seeing that. We got a burr in there. I definitely want to get that burr out of there. So take the screw the rest of the way out. That's a pretty substantial burr there. Would not want to be inhaling that. Let's check the rest of these guys. Smooth threads though. Just that one needed to be cleaned out better. Looks like we're good there. That's right, I meant to loosen these so we can put coil leads in there. Three out of 4. Thread's still nice and smooth. Just that one. There was the pretty decent sized burr in. Just checking the rest here. Okay, those all look good. And I believe the coils that are included while the material is not stated, they are 3mm inner diameter. Yeah, we're just going to get them situated like so. I'll bottom in their holes. Don't like how that felt. Okay. I don't know if the grub screw stripped or if it was the tool. And that is the same hole that I had the burr in. That coil leg is secured now. But I'm gonna have to try another Allen key to get it out. Because either ends of the one that's included is just spinning in there. Let's see if I got something that'll work. That one's way too big. Let's see, we'll try matching it up. Let's try this. Not quite. Sorry, I'm just eating up some time now. Trying to find another matching grub screw or hex head. I'm just going to go ahead and use one of the included spares. I don't know if that's going to focus. No, I'm not going to be able to get that focused. But we'll set that off. That's a bummer. Already digging into the spares and haven't even really used it yet. Okay, we'll just go snug with that. All right, no issue there. If I can find where I set my macro setup or macro lens setup off, I'll have to take a look at that grub screw and see what's the deal with that one. All right, snug. I mean, we don't really need to be reefing them down, but I do like to, after they've been pulsed and bedded in, go through and snug them up again. But with how that one was, I wouldn't have been able to snug it up anymore. I was barely able to actually even just get it out. So we're just gonna just pull these coils over towards the center. A little bit of gap between the two. Get them pulsed, cleaned up, wicked. This one ought to be a real breeze to wick. We got some super deep juice channels there, or juice wells. They are actually, let's take a measurement. About 6.7 millimeters deep on that juice well. Got 0.1615 the duals. Oh, and F1 means I need to pop a new battery in my meter. There we go. These coils are going to need a little bit of work. Alright, those are glowing pretty good right now. I'm just going to straighten them up a bit. Yeah, I'm wanting to say these coils might be stainless steel, just because when we started out they were like at 0.13, 0.14, and now that we've been pulsing them, getting 0.24. But more than likely, given that this is Chinese atomizer, I'm guessing more than likely they're nichrome. So we'll let that cool down. While that's cooling down, I'm just going to roll my wicks. Some Japanese organic cotton. Just single layer. Rolled up, one down. Okay. Got nice and snug through the coil. Like that. Got very deep juice well. So I just want these wicks just skirting the bottom of the deck. So a little something like that. And if you prefer to fluff them out, you can do that. I usually don't do that in RDAs. but I just like to have the wick tails just skirting the bottom of the well. Not packed too tight in there. Super easy to wick. Okay, we'll get this juiced up. What will we use today? Probably the same stuff I use most of the time. Country Clouds, or or Phoenix Vapor, rest in peace. Corn muffin, cornbread pudding, and I get my warning in there. There's your warning. And drip and pulse and drip and pulse. We'll see if this first hit is going to be a gurgly mess, since it is bottom airflow. But I'm thinking with how I have those coils positioned close together, that should just run them into, or just run the juice into the bottom of the coil. Cap locked in, outer barrel. There we go. Drip tip. Oh wait. We're gonna go with the heavy tip. I got a heavy tip a couple of weeks ago, and I am now a firm believer of them. Of course, you're seeing since I have my finger over the top, creating a vacuum or pressure, I push the excess juice out. But if it's not all juiced up and you're wanting to remove it, if you grab it towards the base where it's locked in, where the top airflow section doesn't spin, you can take it off and put it on your RDA choice. And we're going to go ahead and do that, and I'll get this mess out of your view. And at last, we are up top with the Ohana by AI Vape Tech, or made by AI Vape Tech, and designed by Mr. Heavy Metal Vapor and Johnny Drips. We got the heavy tip sitting on top of it on the Drone 250C, 0.25 ohm build, 60 watts, wide open. Wow. The draw is super smooth. That first draw wasn't spitty or anything, despite the massive amount of juice that was left in there. Damn, that is really good. And it looks nice too. Granted, it is a fingerprint magnet, but the color is nice. The finish is nice throughout. But yeah, let me go again. Squonk it. Very difficult to get to over squonk. All right, so let's get down to it. I know I just opened this up, but we're going to go ahead and do pros and cons. We'll start out with the cons here. The machining, or more likely the quality control on this. As you saw, we had a pretty substantial burr, fingerprints all over, pretty dirty. So as I always recommend, put your stuff through a cleaner, clean them up before you use them. And but yeah, that burr, if you didn't notice that, that could have been something very likely you would have inhaled, or in this case I would have inhaled if I hadn't caught that. So yeah, QC needs to step it up a notch on there. Then the same screw that was in the post that had the burr in there, tightening it down the first time, it rounded out that Allen screw, and I had to use a slightly larger extra Allen head I had from a different kit, or from a bit set, to get that screw out. Luckily, you know, they had spares, but typically you don't expect to be using your spares on your first build. So yeah, those are the cons there. To get into the pros, I love the look of it. I mean, the looks are great. The flavor is phenomenal. The airflow, wide open, for me. I'm gonna try it, the airflow down a little bit, or try it down. We'll do halfway. Wide open, it's the perfect draw for me right here. So I mean, I wouldn't even necessarily be tempted to try it lower than that, but we'll try it halfway, see if the pitch changes at all. That should be weighed when we're talking about airflow. Still a smooth and quiet draw. At halfway, we'll go a quarter of the way. Goes to like no audible tone hardly at all at that much cut off. Still smooth, a little much too tight for my taste though. So we'll leave it wide open. Kind of wish the top airflow had stopping points too, but it does lock on the bottom so you can get it off and on. So doing the scoring, so in the machining and quality control on that is going to be a 2 out of 5. Airflow and flavor, I'm going to put those two together. I think they need to go together on this one, because the airflow is what makes that awesome. This thing gives phenomenal flavor, and it's a restricted. It's a lot based on who designed this or who went into it. I expected the draw to be a lot more open, but I'm glad the draw is what it is. It's a nice restricted direct lung draw. But yeah, flavor and airflow on this one is going to be a 5 out of 5. Deck, I already touched on the QC on that, but as far as ease of build and everything, the tool they provide for how far or how long to cut your legs is perfect. It's spot on. Cut them there, fold them, just bend them in. Super simple to build on. Really simple to build on. And you can put some big old build in there if you want to go with the single or duals. Duals I probably wouldn't do over 3.5 millimeter, but yeah, you pretty much put whatever you like in there, even duals. So build deck is going to get a 5 out of 5. Packaging and presentation, I do like that they did notch out the sides. It makes it easier to pull apart, but mine wasn't like sealed wrapped or anything. But you did get coils, you did get your screws, you get your spares, but it's pretty lackluster, basic, nothing special, nothing too fancy, and the coil material's not being stated. So presentation is going to be, or the box anyways, going to be a 3.5 out of 5, 4 out of 5. Let's go ahead and give you guys a look at this with the I don't tend to ever use PMMA, but it is an option, so show you guys what that looks like. And I was mistaken. It actually does seem to... Your airflow isn't adjustable with the PMMA, but it does lock into place. And we'll put the, sorry, extreme close-up, and that's with the stock drip tip. But with the PMMA cap, the airflow, you know, it is wide open. I don't notice that it's any more or less airflow than with the regular cap wide open. But the regular cap doesn't get really hot. Of course, it's even less so with this cap. But it gets nice and foggy and juicy in a hurry. But if that's the aesthetic or look you like, then that's an option. But for me, I'm just going to stick with the metal cap. O-rings, the O-ring tolerances are perfect on this. You get a nice snap. That's good there. So covered airflow, deck, flavor, overall. So it's the flavor and airflow of this makes it a bit easier for me to overlook the quality control machining issues that were on it and just the state it was in out of the box. But overall, I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 5. Heavy and Johnny, you got this is a winner. This is a winner. Really good. AI Vape Tech, you need to Vape Tech need to step up your quality control a little bit. I know Heavy and Johnny don't have you know, they're not making these. They're just behind the design. They'll want their design and their product to come out looking as good, performing as good, and presented as well as it performs. So yeah, I guess that does it for me. Should have some more stuff coming up, maybe, hopefully, I don't know. It's been a little hectic. I won't go into that, but you guys know the status of things right now all over the nation. Do what you can for advocacy, even if it's a little bit. Something is better than nothing. It may seem petty, it may seem simple, but if you're browsing on Facebook or whatever and you see a petition or a poll or anything like that, that you can spend a second and tip it towards the correct side, please do so. And share your knowledge, and hopefully things aren't all doom and gloom as they currently appear to be. But keep on vaping. Don't go back to the smokes. I don't plan on doing it. I will do whatever needs to be done to keep me off of cigarettes, and hope you are all able to do the same. Thanks for watching.